All right, so welcome everybody. Sunday night, the 28th of July, and excited to be with all of you. So type in the chat box for those of you guys that are watching live. How many of you would just love to have, just type in the chat box. How many of you guys would just love to have more business builders? Type in the chat box. Just how many of you guys would just love to have more business builders? Just type in the chat box. Okay, sweet. And now I'll also answer this question. How many of you would love to have more customers? Just type in the chat box. How many of you guys would love to have more customers? Okay, now, how many of you have enrolled customers that you think would be amazing business builders and they're just not doing anything? Just type in the chat box. They're customers, they'd be amazing business builders, but they're not doing anything. Okay? And then, how many of you have people that say they want to build the business, that you're saying these are business builders, and they're not doing anything? How many of you guys have people like that? Okay, now, how many of you have people on your team that you just love working with? They have a great attitude. They're on this call because you're on this call. They get to the events. They plug in. They message you. They're engaged. They're asking questions. They have positive attitudes, right? They're fun to be around. If you lived in the city, you'd probably hang out with them more often, right? Or maybe you do spend some time together, right? But how many of you guys have a couple people like that? Not as much as you'd like, but how many of you guys just have a couple? And then, and some of these people, like how many of you have people that if you have children, you would absolutely trust your children with these people? You'd have no problem with them babysitting your people, or if you don't have children, or how many of you guys have some people on your team already that you would want to travel with and hang out with, right? Thank you so much. That's amazing. This is the power of manifestation. This is, see? That's incredible. Did you text her to bring me a shake? Oh, she's watching. Eden's watching. That's amazing. No, this is not dairy-free. This is birthday cake with raspberries is what this is, and it's amazing. Okay, anyway, thank you. All right, so back to you guys. It's delicious. 7 years, 2 shakes a day, 7 years. I don't understand how people stop using these products. Okay, so you all said you want more business builders. You all said you want more customers. You all said that you have customers that would be amazing business builders that aren't doing anything. They just don't get it. Then there's some of you that say that you have business builders who say they want to build a business and they're not doing anything. And then you also said that there's a third category of person that you love working with. They're super fun. They have a great attitude. You'd want to travel with them. You'd be okay with them watching your children. They're just great people. So here's what I want you to start to focus on. I want you to stop focusing on business builders. And I want you to stop focusing on customers. And I want you to stop creating these labels for people. And I just want you to focus on people. I want you to focus on finding and speaking with the people who you'd want to travel with, who are tons of fun, who have a positive attitude, who you'd feel comfortable leaving your children with. That's what I want you to focus on. When we focus just on connecting with the types of people that we just want to be in a relationship with, that are amazing people, the business becomes a lot more fun. Because how many of you, type in the chat box, how many of you currently have or have had in the past coworkers that are a nightmare to be around? I know I have. How many of you guys have ever had coworkers that are just a nightmare? Still do. Now, the thing is, unless you're the CEO of that company, you're stuck with them. Unless you quit, or unless they quit or get fired, you're stuck with them. You have no choice whatsoever. When you go into an employee environment, when you work for a company and you have coworkers, you do what's called tacitly consent. You tacitly agree to having coworkers, and you have no choice in the matter whatsoever. Whereas in network marketing, you get to choose your ideal customer. You get to choose your ideal business builder. But the minute we start to categorize these people, the minute we start to take away their humanity, quite frankly, it just becomes transactional. And when it becomes transactional, your quote unquote customer is never going to do anything because they feel like a number, because they feel like they got signed up. That's why you'll actually never hear us refer to it as signing someone up. We're enrolling people. We don't sign somebody up. We don't close people. We enroll people. So what I really want you to start to focus on is who are the people? What are the character traits? What are the attributes? And focus on those relationships. And be careful not to subscribe these labels to people. Do any of you guys enjoy being labeled? Anyone? I know I don't. Nobody likes to be labeled. But the other thing that we do is when we label people, when we label customers as customers, and I understand for regulatory reasons and all that, like of course we have customers and the company refers to them as customers and associates, and of course, but I'm speaking about this from a much more, what's the word? In a much more existential way, in a much more philosophical way, in a way that's about the energy of your business. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. Energy is so important. So when we label a customer, we're literally communicating an energy of that's all you are. So for as much as we want them to potentially do something, believe it or not, we're not creating the space for them to do it because we're always referring to them as a customer. Think about the energy of this. Let's say you get on a strategy call with your mentor, and they say to you, okay, let's focus on getting you to executive. Tell me who's on your left and who's on your right. And you say, and I'm just, because Mariah, I can see you on my screen, so I'm gonna use your name. Just go like this if it's okay. Just go like that, cool, thank you, right? And you say, well, I got Mariah on my left, but she's just a customer. Think about it. Think about the energy that we're putting onto Mariah, as opposed to saying, Mariah's amazing, I love her, she's awesome, she has great energy, she has amazing results on the product. She hasn't necessarily expressed an interest in sharing the products, but she would be amazing at it if she ever decided to do so. Notice the difference in energy. Notice what I'm speaking into her from a possibility perspective. And just I want to check in with you guys. If this is landing, just let me know in the chat box. Just if this is landing, okay? So on one side of it is how do we create space energetically with the ways in which we speak about people that are quote unquote customers? How do we create the space for them to grow and potentially share? And then the other side of it is this. When we label someone as a business builder, what happens is we create the worst thing that we could ever create in anything, and that's expectation. We create expectation. And when we have expectations and someone doesn't meet said expectations, even though 99% of the time we don't communicate those expectations, what happens? We get frustrated. We get resentful. We get annoyed. We get stressed out. And now, energetically, every time we're in communication with this so-called business builder, make no mistake, they're feeling that resentment. They're feeling your passive aggressiveness. They're feeling your frustration because they're not doing what you, non-communicated to them, expected them to do. So we're literally setting people up for failure simply by putting non-communicated expectations on them and saying, you're a business builder, versus saying, they're amazing, they have phenomenal energy, I think they have a world of talent, I have a feeling that maybe the season isn't right for them right now, maybe the timing's not right, but they love the products, and when it clicks for them, I'm excited to run with them. Because write this down if you're taking notes, and if you're not, just remember this in your head and in your heart. Rather than creating expectations, rather than having expectations, it's always better to be surprised, grateful, and amazed when somebody does something. When I see my Isopulse go off, I'm always like, that's amazing. That's incredible. We have people, guys, that enrolled with us 5 years ago, and out of nowhere, they'll enroll like 1 or 2 people, right? Because they meet a friend who sees that they're still in great shape. They look wonderful. Oh, you're still doing that Isagenix thing, blah, blah, and they'll enroll them. Now, am I going to call this person and be like, yo, Sunday night team call, it's got to get you to Celebration. Let's draw your executive map. Of course not. Of course not. I'm just going to be surprised, grateful, and amazed that they did something. And then when somebody rank advances, surprised, grateful, and amazed. And when your team members, if you see them in the chat right now, surprised, grateful, and amazed. Always better to be surprised, grateful, and amazed. Because like Jeremy said, we should talk with everyone the same way, right? We're in the business of human beingness. We're in the business of human beingness. And that starts with the person that you're choosing to be in any given moment. But I got to keep bringing this back to you because I'm really inspired by and motivated by this idea that when I came out of retirement and I told Eden I was going to come back and do this business, I told her we were going to do things a little bit differently. And I told her that I wanted to change the game when it came to network marketing. I wanted us to be the company, and I really wanted us to be the team that showed people that this was so much more than the myths, so much more than the stories that get made up, so much more than just some scheme, just some deal. But I can't do that alone. So I've got to communicate with you guys to help you become the new wave of network marketing professionals. And the new wave of network marketing professionals have to make the leap. We have to make the leap from transactional to transformative. We have to make the leap. We have to make the leap from pretense to substance. We have to make the leap. We have to make the leap from money to missions. We have to make the leap. We have to make the leap from prospects to people. And those prospects and those people are not your property. We've got to make the leap. And think about the energy of that. My customer, my business builder. These are people. They have families. They have lives. They have dreams. They have passions. They have hopes. They have fears. They have everything that you have. So honor them for that and help us change the game. Help us change the game of network marketing. Help us change the game of the side hustle. Help us change the game by simply being a good person, focusing on good people, treating people the right way, and honoring people with where they're at in any given moment. No expectations, surprised, grateful, and amazed, trusting that everyone's journey, the speed at which anyone goes, is perfect for them. It's perfect for them. Some people that you bring in are going to go lightning fast. Some people that you bring in are going to go faster than you, and that's okay because your journey is your journey and their journey is their journey. Some people are going to go ridiculously slow compared to how you go. And guess what? That's okay. Because what's beautiful about network marketing is it's a forgiving business model. It doesn't matter how long it takes somebody to turn on your business, because once they turn on, if you want to get kind of cold and hard about the business side of it, the volume's all the same. Whether they turn on in year 1 or they turn on in year 5, the volume's all the same. Now, you don't have to wait for them. You keep running, but honor their space. Honor their gestation period. Honor them becoming a new person, and honor yourself for becoming a new person, because that's really what's happening. So again, get rid of the labels. Focus on people. Speak into those people. Always better to be surprised, grateful, and amazed. Always better. And the one last thing when it comes to labeling and all that stuff, there's a famous quote by Goethe, and what he said was, he said, look at a person as they are, and they become more of the same. Look at them as they could be, and they become all that they should be. Have a great evening. Thank you guys for showing up. We'll talk to you soon.